so fascinated about that the first female member of the Black Panther was a 16-year-old female high schooler. So let's get into it.
Many women joined these organizations in order to push the men to be more thoughtful and equitable with regard to sex and gender. And the organizations were better for it. The women members were the ones who pushed the group in the direction of a more radical interpretation of what it means to work toward full liberation for all Black people, not just Black men. So let's talk about the role of Black women in one of these organizations, the Black Panther Party, here in the Thought Bubble. The Black Panther Party, originally known as the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, was founded by Huey Newton and Bobby Seale in October 1966 in Oakland, California. The first female member was J. Tarika Lewis. She was a 16-year-old high school student when she joined the party in 1967. She participated in their political education classes, attended rallies, and was an artist for their newspaper. She played an integral role in shaping how the Black Panther Party was publicly viewed, as well as how they viewed themselves. As the party grew, more women joined. Some of the most notable women were Kathleen Cleaver, Erica Huggins, and Elaine Brown. Kathleen Cleaver was a former member of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, commonly known as SNCC. Cleaver was the communications secretary and the first female member of the Black Panthers' main decision-making body. Erica Huggins had multiple leadership roles, becoming a leader in the Los Angeles chapter and founding the chapter in New Haven, Connecticut. Elaine Brown was appointed the new leader of the entire Black Panther Party in 1974, after Huey Newton fled prosecution to Cuba. Even though she faced quite a bit of sexism during her tenure, she led the party for 3 years and also established the Black Panther Party's Liberation School. Thanks, Thought Bubble.
I'm sorry. I have a mixture of shock. I have a mixture of pride. I have a mixture of being overwhelmed that the first female member of the Black Panthers
Was a little girl.
was a 16-year-old girl. Like, that is so, I don't even know why that is so cool to me, but that is so cool to me. It's just like, I'm a step aside. Let the ladies speak on this. So Tracy, I'll let you go first this time.
This is American history. And it's history that, whether by intent we want to ignore it, or we know it's there and we just choose to ignore it. Women have always played a vital role in every movement. Every movement, whether it's good or whether it's bad, whether it's whatever, women have always led the way. Period. I mean, where would we as Black people be without women there to take us to where we needed to go? Not disregarding the men, but since we're specifically talking about women,
Okay.
just want to make that point that we've always been vital. And when they told us to shut up, we said no.
Mm. And the bad part about what you said is our own Black men back there who is suffering the same way that women were suffering were the main ones that's telling women to shut up. And it's like, dude, we're fighting the same
Same
battle.
fight.
We're on the same path, leading to the same goals, and you're alienating half of the truth.
Yep.
Well, whatever your reason it is, to this day I still don't know what it is. I
Women
just
are
still don't know what it
weaker.
is.
Don't you know that? Oh, shut up, Tracy. Boy, who don't start me on today? Don't
Okay.
start me on today.
I ain't having no baby, so y'all go ahead and live up with that women weaker stuff. Cause nope, nope, I'm good. I'm good. Anna,
I'm so proud and elated to learn that the first female was a teenager in high school. That she just had to come back to this word, such pride. It's wonderful. I did not know that. Um, Really, one of the only stories that I am more familiar with as a female in the Black Panther Party is Asada Shakur. So all of these names are new to me. Thank you. Thank you. It's, I'm going to be looking at some more information.
That's exactly what I want to hear. Always go above what this show does and do your
Mhm.
own research, and you'll learn more and more as time goes on. I'm sorry, Parker. I didn't mean to. I know Stokely and Malcolm X would have disagreed with Martin Luther King because Martin Luther King didn't like using the phrase "Black Power." He seems to favor different rhetoric. That's true.
But not towards the end, though. Because more towards the end, like before his assassination, he was way more radical.
Yeah, but at the beginning of the whole thing, you can remember what I always said that everybody has, in its case, has the same goal, has the same ending. The only difference has always been the path to get there, and everybody has a different path. Martin Luther King, right or wrong, because it's everybody's preference on how to do it, was more of a be together type, black, white, be together as one. And we can't do that because you keep putting your knee on our backs. And we want you to stop doing that because we are not your enemy. So stop doing it. Malcolm X, on the other hand, was more or less, I don't give a damn if you think we are your enemy. You leave us alone, we'll leave you alone. You handle your business, we handle our business.
Yep. And both approaches are exactly correct.
And both approaches is depend on what your beliefs is.
In the radical Dr. King, it explains a bit in I think one of his letters where he was comparing, I believe it was the Jewish movement, and he's like, well, they never had to call to power. Um, I wish this was more fresh in my mind, but I did read what Parker was saying. He did have, um, I guess, his own philosophical worries about the term Black Power. Right or wrong, it's just an opinion. It's
Mhm.
not right.
But you also have to keep in mind, just like Tracy was saying at the end, where Malcolm X did change his thought process, before his assassination. I'm not saying Martin Luther King didn't either, but I do always remember that last statement he said before his demise was, "I really feel like I've led my people to slaughter." So there was something that was brewing as,
Dr. King?
yeah, Dr. King, there is a phrase, "I really feel like I'm leading my people to slaughter."
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying that he was thinking maybe Malcolm X was right all along, blah blah blah, and everything else, but there was something that was deep in inside, and he started thinking maybe my way wasn't the right way.
Mhm. The
So,
Radical Dr. King was an excellent book, and it was really well in the way it laid out his progression. And yes, he got a lot more radical than anything that they will ever teach in our schools.
No, because they just too busy talking about they have to teach. Oh, shut up, Tracy.
Hello, Theus.
Hey, Theus.
MLK was dead before Black Power became a phrase. MLK's approach was to build alliances. Malcolm and Stokely was about self-reliance. Yeah.
And again, neither is wrong.
Neither
one
is
of those
wrong.
theories are wrong. And even Malcolm X, I mean, he made a change over. He was more inclusive before his assassination. So they both made changes.
Yeah, neither changed their philosophy. They just began to adjust their tactics and their strategy. Yeah. All right, let's move on. There are more women involved.
I had to unplug my headphones.
Oh,